Pinpoint Weather on NBC5 News is brought to you by the Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe.
Well, like the last couple of mornings, we've been starting off the day, especially in the valleys, with the clouds, a little bit of some fog here and there, and we're seeing more of that out there this morning with some freezing temperatures. Areas dealing with some fog out there could definitely add some slick conditions out there, and that's not including the little bit of sprinkles we had yesterday evening and shortly after the freezing temperatures, which has brought a little bit of some icy conditions across portions of our area. So give yourself a little bit extra time to scrape off that windshield if you do park outside. We're sitting at 30 here in Medford. We've been dealing with this inversion layer for the last several days. It's kept some of the expected high temperatures colder than normal because of that cloud cover lasting a little bit later. You get above the clouds, it is sunshine. That's what I did over this weekend. Went for a walk up at Roxanne. You get above the cloud cover, it's nice and sunny up there, and we'll see more sunshine as we're getting into this afternoon, but expect that cloud cover at least through the morning hours, and we'll start to warm up, topping off around 47. If the clouds last a little bit later in the morning hours, this might be a little bit cooler than expected in our high temperatures expected here for today. Now, as we get through the rest of the week, even as we get into this weekend, no major change in the forecast. We'll slightly look to warm up into the middle half of this week, and then a weak front moves in late week to cool us off just a little bit. But overall, dry conditions expected through the forecast. This even extends in and beyond the 7-day forecast with the drier conditions. Ridge of high pressure overhead. This is staying strong here for the next few days. By the end of the week, it kind of weakens just a little bit, allowing a system to move in. And this front will bring in some light precipitation, but that better chances further north. Might see a few sprinkles along maybe Coos County, Douglas County area, but the rest of us, it dries out and the ridge builds right back as we get into this weekend and expected to stick around into next week. So long-term forecast, even beyond the 7-day forecast, we're getting into the later days of the month. Drier conditions continue for the western half of the United States. Here today, plenty of sunshine mixed in with some high clouds moving in from the north. Temperatures will be warming up from some lower 50s up towards North Bend and Bannon. Could top off almost close around 60 for the Brookings area and dropping right back down into the 30s overnight tonight with that mostly clear sky. In the West Valleys, again, we have some of the clouds out there right now becoming sunny this afternoon. These are your expected high temperatures. They might range just a little bit for some parts that are dealing with more fog and clouds out there this morning. But overall, expect mostly clear conditions overnight tonight. Could have some freezing fog into the morning hours with temperatures dipping into the 20s and lower 30s. East of the Cascades, sunshine, high clouds, and cold temperatures, 30s and lower 40s for those afternoon highs, dropping into the teens and 20s overnight tonight. And again, not a big change throughout the 7-day forecast from day to day. We'll warm up a few degrees by the middle half of this week, but we're going to cool off a little bit more into this weekend, right back down to the 40s. So we're not too far from the seasonal average for this time of year. Freezing temperatures in the morning hours expected for much of this week. And the Climate Basin, 40s, lower 50s for highs, dropping down into some lower 40s this weekend. Morning lows in the teens and 20s. And Northern California, 40s, lower 50s. We've got the 20s for the morning highs. Again, pretty quiet conditions, mostly sunny sky throughout that 7-day forecast. We do look to get into a little bit more cloud cover later this week and this weekend, but overall, dry conditions. The coastline will see maybe a few sprinkles possible on Thursday and a bit of a breeze, nothing overly strong, but noticeable breeze for the later half of this week as well. And temperatures ranging from some mid-50s dropping to the lower 50s this weekend with those morning lows into the 30s and 40s.